Erik ten Hag wants Victor Osimhen and Enzo Fernandez at Manchester United. Welcome to Manchester United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go in the right bottom corner, smash the subscription button for smashing hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. And obviously it's United Matters channel. Rokan David is my name. Today is a very big match day. United is hosting Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. Remember yesterday, Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham were really knocked out from the Carabao Cup, meaning that we are left with Liverpool and Man City as the big sides. And if at all we really go past Aston Villa today, that means we just need to go past those two teams and really go on and play into the finale. So it's really a very important game today. But news coming in through shows us that Danny Van Beek has started and Bruno Fernandes has started too, and obviously Dubravka has started in goal for Manchester United. His long-awaited opportunity to start or play a game for Manchester United has finally come to fruition. That's it. So he's starting for United, and obviously we are waiting for other players to see who is starting where and who is starting where into this team of Manchester United versus Aston Villa. But the big story today is that Rashford has been included into the English national team that's going to play in the World Cup, plus Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. And obviously Diego Dallo, Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes have been included into that World Cup team of which team? Of Portugal. That's it. So let me get into these stories because we are left with just 1 hour for the team news to come out, and I'm going to be streaming live on this channel and let you know what we are all about. So we had a story coming in from Record Portugal via Sports Witness that Manchester United are crazy about signing Enzo Fernandez in January. United are delighted with him and are the main interested club. Now, Enzo Fernandez is one of those players Ralf Rangnick was linked to United too, and he wanted us to sign Enzo Fernandez and Julian Alves. I think all of them were playing in South America before they really crossed to Man City and Benfica respectively. Those are some of the players that we were supposed to bring in under the era of a man who goes by names of Ralf Rangnick. And this shows you that Ralf Rangnick was good at sporting good players. Look at the players who were scouting at Manchester United. He talked about Enzo Fernandez. He talked about Darwin Núñez. He talked about Julian Alves. He wanted to sign Ikanji, who is now at Man City. He wanted to sign this RB Leipzig midfielder that Liverpool really wanted. I've forgotten his name, but he's really a very good midfielder that is left with one on his contract. Which other player? He wanted Zakaria, and this other guy that plays for for Mali, the African. I've forgotten him, but Hadaira. Yeah, he's called Hadaira. So all of those players that you look at are really great, and it looked like United had snubbed any player that he had shortlisted, and even Ten Hag came in with his own signings to bring it to Manchester United, including De Jong, Martinez, Anthony, Darwin Núñez. I think the only player that they had in common was Darwin Núñez, but the rest of the players were really different, the likes of Malacia and so much more in the field. And Michaeli was the right back that was playing in Germany, and Ralf Rangnick had really recommended him for Manchester United, but United said no, and Erik ten Hag said no to those players. And we look at all those players that he was really hitting us for. They are really cheap. Julian Alves, 18 million pounds. Enzo Fernandez, I think he went for 20 million pounds. When you look at Michaeli, the right back, he went for like 16 million pounds. When you look at which other player? Akanji, they bought him at 17 million pounds at his Man City. So all of those players that was looking at, United just required a fee of close to 100 million pounds to buy close to 5 players. So I believe he really had an eye for quality players, and all those players are not disappointing. And if at all you were told that, if at all Enzo Fernandez came into Manchester United, would he be doing a good job for Manchester United? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, but I don't blame Ten Hag for not really going on with the list that maybe Ralf Rangnick really recommended to Manchester United, because United had already rubbished it to players like Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Ruben Neves. They are looking at Harry Kane. Which other player were they? Richarlison. On which other player were they looking at? There is another English player that they were looking at. Close to 5 players that they were looking at, and Ten Hag said, no, I don't need one of those. You are going to go on and really sign me the players that I want. But when you look at Enzo Fernandez, if you've been watching the Champions League, he's been really massive. If you saw him control that midfield of Benfica when they're really drawing in those 2 games they played home and away against PSG, then you would know that we missed out on a very, very, very good talent. And trust me, right now, if you're going in for Enzo Fernandez, you must cough close to 60 or 50 million euros. And I believe by the time they really want to sell him, because I don't believe they're going to sell him in January, unless otherwise United really puts a record-breaking fee for them to go and really sign this player, it's really going to be hard. First and foremost, the player is playing the UEFA Champions League, and Benfica is really playing very well. They topped the group, and there is no way you're going to tell me that this guy is going to go ahead and really leave Benfica. Reason being, Benfica is really one of those teams that is really doing great into the UEFA Champions League. They topped the group. Remember, PSG came second, and that's why PSG has gone ahead to face, I think PSG is facing Bayern Munich, and Benfica is facing Club Brugge, meaning that he has a chance to progress through to the quarterfinal and maybe go even through to what we call the semi-final. So I believe he's really one of those players that is really focused at Benfica, and you're not going to go on and really bring in. Enzo Fernandez is really a very good player. He can play as a single pivot, and he can play a box-to-box role, meaning that you are getting a two-in-one. He's 27 years of age and he plays for Benfica. This guy is really this is Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez of France. We are wanting Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, the Argentine guy. That's what I'm looking for. He's 21 years of age, and obviously he is playing for Benfica, and I know he's going to go to the World Cup. 1.78 meters tall, very good, tenacious, and he's press resistant, and obviously everything he brings up on the field of play is really great, and there is no way you're going to come out and really say no to him. But I don't believe you're getting this player who goes by the names of Enzo Fernandez, as even Santi JFM, a journalist from Mercato, he has told us that it's true United want to sign Enzo Fernandez in January. So I think United going in for Enzo Fernandez, they have to go in for a lot of money to get him. If at all they don't cough out a lot of money, they won't get this player. And I believe the likes of Real Madrid will be eyeing at him if at all they don't get Jude Bellingham, because there are few quality midfielders you would look at that can replace Luka Modric at Real Madrid, or even be a backup for Tchouaméni. But Enzo Fernandez, what makes him special? He's a two-in-one. He's really good in playing as a defensive midfielder and playing as a box-to-box midfielder. That is Enzo Fernandez, and obviously he scores goals. He's good at linking the midfield to the attack. So that is Enzo Fernandez for you, one of those players that Erik ten Hag is looking at. But I believe we missed out on a chance on getting him when he was still in Argentina, where he was playing. I think would have gotten him on a cheap, and obviously we don't want him to benefit. And I think United has to adapt to such things. You buy, like, you see, like a player like Enzo Fernandez. You buy him from that side, and that is Argentina. You buy him at 18 million pounds or euros. Then you bring him in Europe, and then you take him to Benfica and tell them, all right, you wanted the player. Obviously, he's there. We've signed a 6-year contract with him. We are giving you that player on a 2-year contract. That's it. So Enzo Fernandez can improve from that side. That's what we're supposed to be doing, because very many teams are doing that and they're really benefiting from that stuff that they are doing. Now, after that, we've been told by Samuel Lucas that Victor Osimhen is of interest to Manchester United as they draft up their long and short list of goal scoring targets next year. So, when they say next year, there is January and there is the summer. I believe if United are to go in for Osimhen and maybe Enzo Fernandez, they are going to be summer signings, because in January I don't expect United to break the bank. Where are they going to get the money from? Maybe they'll be looking at getting the money from Adidas, because every time we are knocked into the Champions League, we are paid £30 million less, meaning that we are earning £45 million. And when we're in the Champions League, the deal might extend up to £80 million, and that's what United is all about. So maybe in January they can say that, all right, we are just like 1 point off the top 4 and we want to go and play in the Champions League. So if you're going to play in the Champions League, what does the manager need? He needs a backup. Can they break the bank and bring in a player like Victor Osimhen? Because Osimhen came in at £60 million from France to Napoli. And obviously Osimhen supports Manchester United, and I know African players, whenever a team like Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United go in for them, they can obviously go in and cross sides. Victor Osimhen has not come out openly to say that wants to play Manchester United, because United has not gone ahead to talk to his agent or maybe do a very significant move to bring him to Old Trafford. But if at all United could go on and really bring in Osimhen, it's really good. Osimhen will obviously go on and really say, all right, I want to go to Manchester United, because we are really a very big club, and obviously he can't say no to us. When you look at Victor Osimhen this season, he has played 10 games in Serie A, 8 goals and 2 assists. That means every goal he has been involved in, every game he has been involved in a single goal. 10 goals, 10 games, 10 goal involvements. In the UEFA Champions League, he has played 3 matches and scored 1 goal. But one thing I like about him is his pace, his work ethic, and obviously how he really shoots at goal. He's really a threat, and he's strong. And you know what really leads in the Premier League? It's physicality. So the physicality of this guy is unquestioned. And if at all we are to get him, I believe it's going to be a perfect signing. And I believe there might be a deal that we can do in January. Maybe Ronaldo can cross to Napoli. Sorry about that. Ronaldo can cross to Napoli. After him crossing to Napoli, guess what happens? He can go out and really we bring in Victor Osimhen. Maybe Ronaldo can be valued at £10 million. Then we pay like 70, but I doubt where that money is going to come from. If you're to get in Victor Osimhen, it's supposed to be the summer. That's when United can go on and really gulp up money to sign in these players. But I've seen people coming out and saying that we should go on and really get in the next Haaland, the next big thing. Where we are right now, I believe we are Manchester United. You get? When you look at what Ten Hag is building, I believe he really believes in 3 centre forwards. I believe if at all you can get in Victor Osimhen and you get in another player who is like 21, 23 years of age, who is like 15, 20 million pounds, it's not bad business, but we need that centre forward who is really a threat to our opponents. Anton Martial, you add on Victor Osimhen, and maybe the other Diaz guy who plays for Blackburn Rovers. That's not a bad front 3. And we can't wait to see how that transfer is really going to go on. But United have shortlisted Victor Osimhen onto the goal scoring targets they are looking at next year. So we don't know whether it's a summer target or it's a winter transfer target in January. That is Victor Osimhen, and we are here to see where this deal is really going to go at Manchester United. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Now, we are having a last story as we prepare to go into the match reaction or the match build-up. Facundo Pellistri, his agent, came out and really told us that he really wants to leave Manchester United. And obviously, we are having Guillermo Rai. He's telling us that Facundo Pellistri wants to leave Manchester United permanently in January. And this plays in the benefit of Manchester United. And I know Facundo Pellistri is going to go to the World Cup. Uruguay is really going to announce him in the team that's going to go to the World Cup. And our fingers should be, we should be really we should be really crossing our fingers for him to go on and really have a very good tournament, because the moment he excites people in the World Cup, that would have given United another level of bargaining power for this lad. He came in at Manchester United at £80 million. Was it from River Plate? Then now we have to go on and really see how much United can get out of him. If at all they can get like £15 million out of him, then they put in some additions, all add-ons, and the resell, or a buyback option. It won't be bad for Manchester United, but I believe he is going to leave because United are badly in search of money in January. If at all you can get £15 million from Facundo Pellistri, get 15 from Brandon Williams, get 20 from Aaron Bissaka, that is close to £50 million. And who else should be sold from Manchester United that really wants to be sold? I think those three signings, I think even if you can even get Tuanzebe and get like 10 out of him, if we can gather £56 million from the sales in January, then we can go on and really bring in exciting signings at Manchester United. The likes of Cody Gakpo are really good, and obviously we are waiting to see what is really going to happen at Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching again. I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, guys, lower right bottom corner is the place to be, and subscribe to this channel. After subscribing, hit the notification button that will enable you to get notified each and every time I upload the video onto this channel. Rock and David is my name. I hand you over to the Almighty. Sorry about that. I hand you over to the Almighty, and I'm calling for your reactions in the comment section below as we head into that Aston Villa game that is really going to come up in 1.5 hours from now, but the team news is going to be out in 30 minutes from now. I'm out. See you later.